Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today on Live Music Nation Podcast County Fair Edition. Today we're Jason and Deidra. They're from the Tippecanoe County Fair. Guys, thanks for joining us, number one.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Number two, give us a little background on you and your association with the county fair. Dee, let's start with you.
Okay, cool. Well, hi everybody. I'm Dee Nicely, and I'm the 4-H youth educator and county extension director for Purdue Extension Tippecanoe County. I have been in this role, let's see, since June of 2015, which in the 4-H world, that means I have survived 8 fairs. And before that, I taught for a really long time in the elementary classroom. So that's kind of what brought me to 4-H in Tippecanoe County.
Okay, Jason, how about you?
Yeah, my name's Jason Hankins. I'm the president of the Tippecanoe County Exhibit Association. I'm also swine superintendent. Been in that role as swine superintendent for about 10 years. And this is my second year serving as the president of the Exhibit Association.
Okay, all right, very good, guys. When people come on campus at the county fair, what do you guys offer for events? Is it strictly a 4-H ag fair? Do you offer food vendors and carnival rides and concerts? Kind of give people an idea of what that looks like, smells like, feels like when they walk on campus.
When you come on campus, I mean, you're going to see, of course, we have a brand new facility. I mean, we're getting ready to start our 3rd year in the new facility. You'll see our carnival rides to the east of our main buildings. We have lures that does our rides. Then we have a very well-rounded horse and pony program that's running most of the days. Then we have food vendors. We have a total food court, totally enclosed, with all different kinds of stuff. Then we have our main arena where we show, and then we also surrounding that we have vendors from the local area displaying things, and then we have also our I'll think of the word here in a minute. Our non-livestock projects will be around on the backside of the arena, so everybody can see that with all the animal barns. We have antique tractors on display. All kinds of things are happening.
So Dee, it sounds like you guys have a newer facility. How did that come about? Where's the funding for that come from? And I'm sure that your livestock exhibitors appreciate new facilities as well.
I can talk a little bit about that. I don't have as much knowledge. That's our county fairground. So our county commissioners and our county council have been instrumental in bringing this forward. When I started in this position as a 4-H educator 8 years ago, there was lots and lots of talk of getting a new facility. Tippecanoe 4-H and the fairgrounds had an amazing facility before. The Coliseum was definitely one that everyone talked about and everyone loved. But the fairgrounds itself were in need of renovation and of updating. And so through the commissioners and through the county council, they approved the funding for that. It was definitely a 3-year project. We were under 2 of the fairs. We were under some construction going on during the fair, which makes life interesting. If you come to the fair today versus coming to the fair 8 years ago, you see a totally different look to it, with still some of the nostalgia there as well. In the new building, they've done a really nice job of making it a very nice state-of-the-art facility, but it also has pieces of what the old fairgrounds look like at the same time. And I'll let Jason talk about the livestock folks, since he definitely is with that. I can say from the building projects and the non-livestock projects, it's nice to have everything inside. Everything's air conditioning, the food court being inside and air conditioning. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. So but Jason, I'll let you talk about the livestock part of it.
Okay, Dee. Most of the livestock is fairly new buildings. Cattle barn, sheep and goat barn, those are fairly recent buildings. Swine is located in one wing of the new building. Then we have rabbits and poultry and dairy and llamas. Those are all out in some existing buildings that were there prior to the renovation of the fairgrounds. So everybody seems to be fairly happy. I mean, we've got growing pains. Don't get me wrong. Some of the older buildings that we use, we got some ventilation stuff that we're working on and trying to make things more comfortable for all aspects of everybody with the livestock.
That's awesome, guys. Especially you, Jason, because this is a volunteer position. I'm assuming. What is it that really drives you, motivates you, keeps you going to do the work that you do?
Well, I guess what motivates me is it gives a kid one. If I can give a kid one opportunity to better themselves or to see them grow in any of the projects, whether it's livestock or non-livestock, then I feel that's a success. I went through this program for 9 years. My father served as a swine superintendent. Some people that were in the roles of swine superintendent prior to me. I just didn't want to see things go backwards. I wanted to see things grow and move forward. Then I got more involved in the total aspect of the fair, becoming part of the exhibit association. And it takes a while to get all the understandings down, but once you get it, you realize that you do make an impact on kids and families throughout your community, and it's very, very important because life's tough, and sometimes kids aren't dealt the best of hand. And so, if we can give them an opportunity to grow and to better themselves, then I feel we've won what we're trying to accomplish.
Oh, absolutely. Dee, for you, what is it that made you want to be an extension agent? I mean, that's not a easy position to get into, but it's also a position that has to be desired to be effective. You got a lot of people that are depending upon you, and your responsibilities are high. So what was it for you that just drew you into that position?
I think for me, I was a 4-H'er. I was a 4-H'er in Boone County, so a couple of counties away, and I loved 4-H as a kid. When I decided that I was leaving teaching, I still wanted to do something with youth and to promote youth. And, 4-H is one of the nation's largest youth organizations. And it's all about teaching kids the life skills that are going to help them further on. And I think for me, one of the best parts about my job is that every day looks different. And every day, some days I'm in the office for really long hours, and some days I'm at schools, and some days, I'm at the fairgrounds, or some days we're out and about with animals somewhere. So the fact that no day ever looks the same as any other day is fun. We've got about on an average of about 1,300 4-H'ers and about 150 volunteers. And just seeing the connection between the volunteers and the youth, and seeing, the folks, we have so many families that, like Jason and his family, have been with Tippecanoe 4-H as youth themselves. They're, and coming through, and that they're still with the program. I think probably the first year that I was in this role, I don't know, every time someone would say, well, what do you do? What do you do here with Purdue Extension? And as soon as I said 4-H, it was, oh my gosh, I was a 10-year member. My grandfather was a 10-year member. My dad was a 10-year member. So I think there's such a legacy feel to 4-H. But I'm still also amazed at how many people in Tippecanoe County aren't really sure what 4-H is. So that's fun too, is trying to spread the word about, what we do have the livestock projects, but we also have computers, and we have, the traditional foods, but yet we've also got a robotics program starting, and, all of these different things that maybe seem non-traditional to the folks who have been in 4-H for a while, but it's a great way to pull in that new audience.
No, that's great that you guys are being progressive like that. That's because that is kind of where things are headed in. The urbanites need to know where our food and our produce come from, and how to get them, and how they can get involved, and vice versa. The ag community, as you know, embraces technology more and more every day as it goes through there. Guys, I appreciate you being on. I got 2 fun questions. I'll do one for each of you because I'm in live entertainment and live music. Dee, what's the best concert you've ever seen in your entire life?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I love all kinds of music, but best concert I've ever seen, and I would always go back and see Garth Brooks, like hands down,
Perfect.
several
Perfect.
times. There's not a better showman out there, and yeah, totally Garth Brooks.
Jason, if you could bring one musical act, dead or alive, to your county fair, money's not an issue. Who would you bring? Who would you bring for your county fair?
That's a toughie because I have a lot of favorites. I mean, I'm country through and through. But you know, when I think of that, some of them, I'll just give you a top three options.
Okay,
If
good
I
enough.
had a choice. Garth Brooks would be right there. Of course, I love him to death. I can relate to a lot of what goes on with him. Alabama would be an awesome group to be there.
Okay.
And then the third that comes in there hard and strong, that'd be a Brooks and Dunn.
Okay.
I mean, those guys all rock really hard, and I enjoy them.
Yeah, very good. Guys, how do people find out more about the Tippecanoe County Fair?
I would say, go ahead, Dee.
No, go ahead, Jason.
We do have a website.
Okay.
Dee, refresh me on what that website actually remember and all that. I got so much going on in my head at times I forget everything. But we have a website that you can look at and go to and find all those things. Even if you want to be someone that donates to our cause at Tippecanoe County Fair, we have all that set up. So feel free to take a gander at us.
So I would say the easiest way, that way I don't butcher the website either, is the easiest way would be to go to our extension webpage. And then from there, there's a link. And that one is the easiest one to remember. And it's extension .purdue.edu. And then it's /Tippecanoe. And then that will take you to where you need to go.
Okay.
And
Very
from
good,
there,
guys.
it's
Yeah, no, you're perfect. Thanks for being on with us today. I appreciate it.
hey, thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Have a great January.
You're welcome. So
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine.